Hello, I'm going to go over what I think is an important part of learning about art and photography is being able to critique work and talk about it. And in our class, we're mostly focusing on you being able to evaluate your own photographs, but also being able to give feedback and evaluation to your classmates. So I've got some links here. Some of them keep you within the Canvas shell, and then some of them take you into other websites that, again, might have some information that will be useful for you to consider when you're thinking about this idea of how to talk about your work and how to talk about your classmates' work. So there's really not a formula for the critique presentation, but I think there's different ways to help you feel comfortable having a creative kind of critical dialogue, either with yourself and your own photographs, or in this case, in the course that you're taking with your classmates' images. And another cool piece of this critique language is it gives you the language to be able to ask myself and your classmates, what kind of feedback do you want? So when you've submitted your photos, you can include in the prompts, hey, I really want to learn something else about the composition. Give me your feedback and your thoughts on the composition in this photograph that I submitted. Or I'm not so sure about, the lighting, and I'd like some feedback and ideas on how to improve the lighting. So you can ask for the type of feedback that you need. So this form that I'm showing you, this information that I've shared, these are just things to think about, like who or what is in the photograph, what is happening, is it clear, or is there confusion about the subject matter? What could the photograph do differently to make the content clearer? Maybe sometimes getting closer, moving the subject so the background isn't so busy. Is the content interesting or not interesting, and why? Sometimes I think that photos of my cat or, family members are just so amazing, but they're important to me because they're of people I love, of my animal that I love. Maybe might not have the same impact on a complete stranger. So those are things to think about. And then describing the visual elements, the design concepts, and all of the language that we've been going over in this learning unit and other learning units about using this language. So kind of giving people, you have the opportunity in this course, since we're all learning this language, to talk about the repetition, or wow, great frame within a frame, or it's so funny that you saw S curve, but I saw repetition, and things like that. And then also talking more about the quality of light, and then just all the different technical things that you guys are learning, from minimum depth of field to maximum depth of field to showing motion or stopping motion, having it be high key or low key, the type of lighting, all that kind of stuff that we're building. And then, these are just more, this is kind of like giving you the opportunity to think about how you're looking at your own work in relationship to these prompts and questions. And so, here's just a whole list that you can read through if you're working on the peer review piece of a discussion post homework project. You could jump over and kind of ask yourself, oh, I'm gonna pose a question. Hey, classmate, what were you thinking when you created this photograph? The overall composition and color is really amazing. How did you, get to this conclusion, or whatever? So, and if you find any other questions that are really helpful for you, if you do some research around the best way to critique or talk about photographs, let me know. Keep me posted. I love adding to this page because I think it helps not only you guys talk about each other's work, but really how I can kind of critique my own photographs and start that process. All right, well, thank you for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.